How much you bench?
Don't know.
Why not?
Because it's stupid.
So, Alan, I want to start with you. Something that people talked about in season 2 is that Reacher kind of went away from his lone wolf mentality a little bit. He was working more with the team. He had a crew around him. Here in season 3, you have your allies, but still feel like you're beating to your own drum when carrying out this mission. How did you go about retaining that lone wolf spirit while still cooperating with your new allies?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, I'm like a big Redditor. Reddit seemed to not love the fact that there was like some camaraderie season 2, like there was this comfort level that he had. And I think some people felt like we lost a little bit of like what we love about Reacher, which is this tension that exists between him and everybody else, because he just does things his own way. And there's no rules and norms that, they don't fit societies. And so we really return to that. This is, there's always going to be some kind of alliance that a coalition that forms between Reacher and those around him, the forces of good and evil. And but even within those alliances, there should exist some tension where people are sort of like in Margrave with Finlay and Roscoe going like, what does he do? You can't do that. Like you can't, you're not allowed to go kill anybody you want anytime, and that's what's so fun about Reacher is like, actually, no, like we want to sit back and enjoy some wish fulfillment where we see somebody, take matter into their own hands and set things right immediately, that's where this lives, season 3. So it's very true to most of the books, and that through line that we feel for the Reacher universe.
Very much so. Maria, talking about your character here, Francis, you're one of the few vets on the show carrying out through multiple seasons. And this time around, your spinoff series got greenlit, I want to say back in October. So going into season 3, is Francis kind of toying with some possible plot lines that may not get resolved here in this season and maybe are setting up questions for her future on her own show?
It's a good question. I think how we connect the two dots is really by showing her in Chicago. She is in Chicago. She's living her own life. She has her own work that she's doing when Reacher calls for the first time. And so we established that there is a world for her outside of Reacher's universe, which I think is a nice way to, hand it off for our episodes that we're about to do for the Neagley show. In that way, I think that would be the connective tissue. But in terms of her, she very much stays true to what she's always been, which is to show up and help Reacher get out of trouble.
Very much so. Alan, I love going through the IMDb's of any projects I'm doing promotion for or doing reporting for. And when I saw Christopher McQuarrie was a producer on this show, I thought that was so cool because of the connective tissue between him always working with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise obviously played Reacher in the past. Have you and Tom had any conversations about just the fact that you share this character?
No, we've never talked about it. He's... Yeah, he's aware of what we're doing, and supportive of the show. But we're trying to honor the books, and our focus is on how do we adapt these books to screen in the world of TV as best we can, and so that's where the energy goes. But he really set the stage for us, and so I'm just hugely grateful for the example he set, and. I do a lot of my own stunts. I was talking about this with somebody this morning. He really laid the foundation for a world where like actors get in there and like get their hands dirty and create action in a way that like we have the lead actor doing it, and audiences get to enjoy the cinema of that in a way that a lot of people don't want to do their own stunts, and so we shoot it a different way. And I think he really set the stage for me to come in and perform Reacher in a way that I think audiences can enjoy watching me do that stuff. So I just have a lot of gratitude for what he did for the sport.
Yeah, and thank God you do your own stunts, because I don't know if we could ever find a stunt double that would match your physique. Like that would be the hardest task in the world. Alan, I'll wrap with this. I love this show because it feels like such a dudes rock action franchise, and I mean that in the highest of compliments. I love the ground and pound. I love the one-liners. I love the action. You joined another quote unquote dudes rock franchise on the big screen recently with Fast X. The way that movie ends, it feels like you're poised for a big role in Fast 11. Do you have any idea when you're going to go into production on that?
I don't know. We talk about it, quite often. That is one of the biggest challenges that franchise faces, is that you've got a lot of guys like, Dwayne and Vin and Momoa and myself, and everybody's super busy. And so trying to get the stars to align so we can make that happen is like a feat of nature. So we'll see how it goes. But this is a passion project for Universal, and it's one that I had a blast doing. So I'd love to get in there and I'll bring it to life again.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, we got plenty of episodes of Reacher to look forward to coming out this Tuesday on Prime Video. Guys, thank you again for your time. This was awesome.
Rickard and I fought.